Hey everyone, back again. Alright, this is part 3 of our Green Dragon project. And I apologize on part 2. I kind of shortchanged you on the time. So I reset the clock and it'll be a full 30 minutes. And I really hope 30 minutes is doable for a lot of you. I know a lot of people watching YouTubes have a very short attention span. And this might not appeal to everybody. But, you know what? If it's for you, awesome. If it's a bit too long, well, take a break and come back to it. That's all I got to say. Anyway, let's get started. We're working on the mouth, and I'm kind of looking at, I think I left off where I wanted that to be just a little bit rounder. So, let's make sure everything's set up. And let's get on the right layer there, so that's good. And just want to make sure that, yeah, we're still on mirror. Okay, let's get rocking and rolling. I really do like this scale tool as far as that brush. And let's go ahead and enlarge him. We've got that capability. And let's kind of go in here just a little bit and bring that out. And again, I will always say with every action as far as laying down some clay, you always want to follow that up with smoothing it. And you know, I might even go ahead and take this opportunity to go ahead and blend the lower jaw to the body. Let's give that a go. Let's see what happens. And there's that. And merge. Oh, you got to merge up. Let's give it a try. Let's just go there. Merge, or do I? Those two are selected, and now we merge. I believe that's it. Well, by golly, we figured something out. Okay, let's get going. And you know what I'm going to do at this point? I'm going to go ahead, just for giggles, we're going to up the resolution. Oh yeah, let's see what that did. Okay, there we go. Accidentally moved him. Okay, now let's do a little bit of blending here, especially right there where the jaw kind of runs up into that cheek. I really kind of dig that. Where that's going in there. It may soften it up, but we're going to go back in and cut that in a little bit better. Not right now, but we will. I really like the inside of that mouth. That's just trippy. Alright, double tap to get that negative aspect of the clay. You can go in and cut in areas. And as I said earlier, I do have a habit of noodling when I shouldn't be. And this might be one of those cases. It's just that, you know, sometimes I get really excited in an area and I just like, man, I gotta work that. Anyway, lower lip right in here, it needs some more volume, so we're gonna pump up the volume on that upper lip. Bring that in. Let's blend that. Once we get that going, it might be a good time to hit that nostril and give him some actual nose holes. Nose holes. That's what my daughter used to call them when she was little. My nose holes. Alright. Little warbly right there. You know, a lot of this is just like, gotta have some hand control on it. One thing about this, you can enlarge that, and you know, instead of doing the whole wrist thing, just get in there and get that arm in there, some arm action. That's what's awesome about this program. My word. Now that nose, you look at it, it's a little squared off right there. It needs to come in. So let's see what we can do with the smooth tool. It might be enough to just draw it back in there, but it's making that dip, an indentation right there. It's not bad. Just go in here and smooth that a little bit. And it needs to be a little bit rounder, a little more. At this stage, I think it's out far enough. Just again, maybe a little more volume right here. I know it seems a bit much, but we'll tone it back. And you know what? I might even go a little bit further on this model than I did on the original. I always envisioned him having a, you know, kind of like a ribbed belly, like a dragon or a snake, and possibly, you know, little scales and bumps here and there. And I could have done them with some bump maps and stuff, but I didn't do it at the time. Got busy. And I don't know if I said in previous videos, I don't even have that model anymore, and I no longer have Lightwave. Kind of went through a system crash one year. Lost a lot of my work. Some of it I had backed up, others I didn't, and unfortunately this little guy did not survive. He's lost to the world. Well, I take that back. I think you can actually find that model still on Turbo Squid. If you do a search, you could probably find it. All right, let's right now let's punch in some holes in that nose, and get some breathability in here. Once those holes are in place, then I might be able to just kind of see where I'm at on that. Might need to stretch the nostrils out a bit as far as their shape. Right now they're not too bad. And I think once I break the model up, when I pose it, add some asymmetry to the model, probably one nostril will be a little more flared than the other. You know, we'll have some fun with it. And the eyes as well. Okay, so you know what? I need to go back and lower that intensity. That's one thing when you quit medium, it doesn't really remember your settings that you had. So sometimes you got to go in and make sure you have it the way you like it. Okay, shaping up, not too shabby. I think I want a little more flowability right here. Let's just hit the whole model right there a little bit and smooth some of that. But you know, it's not doing too bad. I really like. I might add just a little bit more volume to the cheeks. You know, like I said on last episode, you know, you want to go to the extreme. You'll never know if you pushed it too far until you do. See, you know, now that's looking pretty cool. You know, it's just outrageous. You know, smooth that underside a little bit. And she's shaping up. I'm not going to cut in the crease yet. That would fall into going into the detail part prematurely. Like I said, I have a habit of that. Now let's go to clay. I'm going to double tap just to, again, come in here. Ah, wrong move. Double tap to cut. There we go. You know, we gotta make some room for the tongue. All that groovy stuff. Even have room for the uvula up there if I wanted to, and I might play with that. Man, this is just so amazing. I can get lost on this. And I know sometimes it's probably not fair to you. I'm probably more excited doing this model than you are watching it. I just get lost in time. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. You get in the zone working on a project, whether it be a sculpt, a model, a painting, or a drawing, and time just sort of stands still. I know it does for me a lot of times. Alright, let's again kind of come in here and I want that to flare out a little bit more. It's kind of concaving in, so we'll just start here. Add some clay, add some volume on that side right there. A little more clay. Look at that, amazing. And again, it's just, you know, you get these bumps and ridges. It's all about, I guess, all about your own personal control over the tools. You know, when I was working in Lightwave, you know, all you had to do is get some points, line them up, or a spline, and you can reach that arc and just make it nice and smooth. But you know what? I kind of like doing this. It's just like, man, you get that arm action going. It's just whoosh right through there. Like I said, these hands. I don't know if I said that before, but these hands, really, I'm looking at them. They're a little bit smaller than my hands, but they're pretty darn close to scale when I'm looking at it. So when I'm doing this, kind of imagine my hands. You know, that's a life-size hands up against that model. That's just truly amazing. So when you blow a model up and you're working on an area and you can use your whole arm to go across that area to smooth it out, my word, that was incredible. All right, it's, you know, it's still squared off. It's still early. I'm not going to worry about it yet. I do want to make it come back, but we'll work on it. All right, let's see. What do we got? We got the head. We got the nostrils. This might be a little bit, you know. Let's see. Just kind of sand that down a little bit, not much, and then smooth it better. All right. So we got the head. Not looking too bad. The lower jaw, I mean, is that... I'm looking at it, and it may need to come that way a little bit more. You know, because if I'm going to bring his nose back, and I'm looking at my reference, then the lower part of his mouth needs to go that way. So let's give that a shot. Let's see what happens. Alright. So let's use the move tool. I mean, they put it in there, so we're going to use it. Now that's influence. I'm going to really need to bring that up a little bit right there. And wish me well. Alright. And you know, it really didn't deform it that bad along that ridge, so kind of happy with that. Let's go back to clay, and then I'll just do a little bit of smoothing. See, and that's where you want to make these decisions now. You know, if I spend a lot of time inside the mouth, putting in gums, teeth, tongue, all that stuff, well then, and then I decided, you know what, that mouth really needs to be moved back. Yeah, it would have been just a little bit more of an arduous deal than what it just was. So, I'm my own worst enemy on that aspect. I just, like I said, get too excited and want to really get in there. So I always have to remind myself, slow down, get the shape and the form going. There's plenty of time to do all the fun stuff. You gotta eat the meat and the potatoes before you can have dessert. That was not to offend any vegetarians out there. Alright. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. Now I'm kind of noticing right here along the nostril as it kind of blends into right in through here. I need to make mine just a little bit more subtle. Not subtle, it needs to flow in more. It's just too abrupt. So this one, you know, kind of slides right on in. Slides in. And then not so much here. So let's see what I can do with it. Let's kind of knock that back a little bit. And then let's smooth that. See if we can get like it flows from his nose into his nostril. More like that. See? Like that, right? And then a little deeper with the nose hole. And spread. I gotta remember also to talk a little bit louder. You know, I'm using the built-in microphone on the headset, so it's pretty good. But I don't think I have the voice for, I don't know, I always say I have a voice for silent movies. Alright, let's see. Let's kind of come up and around just a little bit more right here. Double tap to bring my clay tool in. I want just a little bit more volume right there. And maybe just a little bit more right there. And let's smooth that out. Just to kind of bring it back and not too shabby. I'm digging it. Alright, so let's call that part. Wait a minute. Because it's hard to see. These are the only images that I have left of that model. And I'm looking, and I'm thinking maybe this nostril needs to kind of have more volume on the back side. Because I'm looking at that, and I know I'm seeing a shadow right there. It just seems like it comes out a little bit more, particularly like right there, and how it blends in. Let's see, let's rotate. And I'm looking. Yeah, it could stand to have a little more volume right there and let it flare into the bridge of his nose. So do I add clay or do I try to? Let's inflate. And let's see what kind of mileage I can get out of the inflate tool in that regards. And this is cool, you can actually just kind of get back here and work every angle of this sculpt. Alright, I'm getting pinged here. Hang on a sec, I'm gonna take a peek. Who is pinging me? Okay, apologies. I just needed to check to make sure that wasn't something important. And it wasn't, because I'm back. If it was, you would just be sitting at a screen where nothing is happening. Alright, so now I'm going to smooth that back a little bit and see what that did. Not too bad. I like it for right now. And like I said, later on, you know, we'll be able to really go in. And I'm looking at this model, this pose, and look how exaggerated that cheek is. You know, because we could really even come out further, which I'm going to do. Inflate. I probably already had the inflate tool in, but let's enlarge it a little bit more, and we're going to bring that bad boy out and up. Bring it up a little bit. Make sure we look over here. See, then we're this way. It gives us some. It's going to be fun. Yeah, check that out. I mean, come on, look at that grin. And see, with that, can really bring out some more volume right in through here. So let's even go a little bit further on that cheek. And isn't that amazing? That is so much fun. Alright, let's see. Yeah, buddy, look at that. That is so cool. Alright, round it out just a little bit more, and again, smooth it. Go in there and smooth it. Not too much, because you don't want to lose all the volume that you created. And then, I don't, well, yeah, just a little bit of volume right here so it can kind of float in. Let's see if I can create that with the inflate tool. Just kind of localize it right in that area. Can I get away with it? I think so. I think I am. And then just a little bit right there. Really just tap that trigger. Okay, it's looking like now I'll have enough to really kind of come in. And I'm looking at the reference, probably even come up here and create a crease for like that smile line. Not yet, but I've got the real estate to work with. Now, let's see. Let's do a save. Okay. And we got that. So, oh man, those eyes. I just, you know, because really what I want to do with the eyes is have the availability to distort them. Right now, they're perfect spheres. And see, I want to be able to go in and just like create, you know, an eyelid. And then, which I can do, but that sphere's got to be up to the task. And it's off-centered. So I'll just create some new ones. And the thing is I don't know if I want him to have angry eyes, which would be relatively easy to do. Just rotate the eyes. But you know, this one might be fun, you know, where one of them is super stretched. So right now I'm just going to leave them as placeholders, and then we'll tackle the eyes later. But for right now, okay, the shape of the head, you know, I'm digging it. Um, yeah, I think it might need to curve out just a little bit more and come into the back. Like I said, I don't quite remember. I'm trying to remember what the sketch was like that I did, but you know, you're thinking about the backside of his skull. Would need some volume back here and kind of circle around and not have this flat side. So let's tackle that a little bit. Even though he's like got this skinny, you know, really a flat skull on either side, you know, it's got to have some roundness this way. So let's do it. Again, I've got the inflate tool. We'll start with that, and let's see what kind of mileage I get out of that. And just kind of go down the back side, kind of easy peasy, and slightly do that a little bit, and take a look. You know, it's got a little bit more of a flow right here, I like, and then let's, a little flat, so right here, pardon me, we're going to bring it out just a little bit more. And see what that does. That's looking better. Okay, just a little bit more. And then it comes down to the base of his skull. And then we got that little flat spot we need to pump out. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. See, that's got that nice little organic curve that comes around to the base of the skull. Looks nice. Let's just go ahead and just kind of lightly smooth that. Very cool. I'm already thinking ahead of what kind of cool little textures I could probably put in on this with medium. Oh, all right. So you know, I've got this bounding box right here, and he's got tufts of hair. You know, I may put him in, you know, just to see, just for giggles. I want to try something. I want to see what happens. Did it just stretch that box out? It did. Interesting. You know, because I just did this, and that box grew with it. That is very interesting. I didn't know it would do that. All right. So if you guys knew it, you're one up on me. Probably more than one up on me. I'm just sort of figuring things out as I go. And if I get stumped, then, you know, I stop and I'll go on the forum or see what everybody else is doing. But I do want to make tufts of hair, and I wonder, let's see. All right, we're going to turn, first we're going to go for another layer. New layer, it's going to be that layer. So now, real quick, I'm going to turn mirroring off because I just want to do one tuft of hair. And I don't care if it's like, where did my, oh, the bounding box is gone because of symmetry. So I'm going to just, wait a minute, what should I do? I've got all these cool stamps at my disposal. What's maybe. Can I get some mileage out of some of this? I don't know. Let's try that real quick. Just, you know, for giggles, right? I'm all for giggling. I don't really want it to be a horn. Okay, just real quick. I'm just gonna place it right there, and I did not want to do that. There we go. Hey. Okay, everybody. That's 30 minutes. And when I come back for episode 4, we're going to deal with that issue right there. That is not a horn, and we are going to try to make some tufts of hair. I'll experiment off camera, and I'll let you know what I come up with. Alright, hey everybody, thanks for watching, and until next time, y'all take care. Catch y'all later.